So, what y'all been listening to lately?
Shoot, really, I've been listening to Young Thug still. I'm
Yeah,
on this. I'm
that
really on
slime
this album.
season.
Yeah, Slime Language. I think too.
Slime language. That's it. That's it.
Slime Language too. They like he got like all his like crew on it or something
Mm-hmm.
like that.
The
Yeah, I've been.
YSL.
Yeah, I need
YSL.
to. I need to chill, bro. I'm listening to too much Young Thug right now, so
Yeah.
I need to just. I'm really turned up. Like I'm really turned up. I'll just be. As soon as I get in my car, bro, I almost get into accidents because I'm turned up too much. Yeah,
Swerve.
I'm swerving, bro.
What you want, Ev?
I mean, I've just been working a lot with local artists. So I
Yeah,
spent
you
four
was-
four
you were
days with
recording.
Liz Burrito, who is one of the vocalists slash like front people of Dykes of Holland, local artist, Austin, Texas. Line of Fire, another local artist. TJ Wade was in Foot Patrol, as well as Lazy Suzanne. Honestly, just like really just diving into records. So like it was really nice to just like hit a whole like knock out a whole band record in 4 days. So like
How are
just
them
been
sessions?
so yeah, it's like 40. So it's been like 40 hours listening to like one particular artist.
Yeah,
But
but a whole project.
yeah,
that
but I
y'all
look forward to
banged
going out of town and just like spending like 8 hours of just diving into a bunch of new like sort of international music, on
feel you.
local, you know what I mean? So it's just one of those weeks where it's a bunch of artists that maybe the average person wouldn't know. But yeah, shout out Dykes Holland, Liz Burrito, Lazy Suzanne, soon to be Line of Fire.
Where we'll definitely put some links in the description.
I think I heard of Lady Suzanne. I don't know. Who that
Lazy
is, though.
Suzanne.
Oh, Lazy Suzanne.
Lazy Suzanne. I have been listening to Peter Rosenberg put out a compilation album called Real Late. He is a radio host in New York on Hot 97, and he has a late night show called Real Late where he basically plays like underground rap tunes and shit. And on this album, he basically connected all of the grimy rap in New York on the same project. So it's like Jim Jones and Styles P and The God Fahim and Ghostface and it's just like shit like that. It's Flea Lord and West Side Gun. It's like nothing but just grimy shit. And it is a really good album. I loved every song on it. It's a easy listen. It might be 40 minutes, if that. I'm pretty sure it's a little shorter than 40 minutes. But it's a really good listen. I've listened to it several times. I've also been on that Lil Durk and Lil Baby album, The Voice of the Heroes.
Yeah.
That shit is excellent. They did a good ass job putting that album together. Lil Baby's streak of just like nothing but ill verses continues. Lil Durk. I remember when I first heard about Lil Durk, probably around that time that all of the Chicago drill shit popped off. I was listening to probably Durk and Bibby the most out of all of them, other than Chief Keef, because of course. But Durk has really grown as an artist, and I'm just really impressed with his growth because like his verses are like stand out at this point. It's not just the way that the song sounds, it is the shit that is being said. But I am saddened by the fact that we're still at this point where like all of the drill rappers are still making like dead people disses. So like there's
Making
like
fun of dead people.
yeah, man. There's
Okay,
like
so
this
we
whole
gotta move past that.
subsection.
We gotta progress.
Well, there's like this whole subsection of rap that's like in like the drill shit specifically, where niggas will make fun of like dead people or talk about like murders that they were like a part of or the people that they know were a part of, and I think that it only leads to more, violence. Like if somebody hears a popular song that's talking about their friend that
But what
your
makes it
friend
popular,
killed, what makes
people
it
do.
popular? It sounds good.
Yeah, but I'm saying is like, isn't there an itch for that kind of entertainment?
Yes, of course.
Like who's a chicken and the egg here? You know what I mean?
I'm not saying that it is the cause of violence. but I am saying it's the cause of more violence.
It doesn't help. It doesn't make things.
It doesn't help at all. But
Yeah, what do you think?
yeah, I feel what he's saying. I feel what he's saying because I heard. Matter of fact, I heard something like that on the Thug album, but he wasn't like aiming at nobody directly. He
that
was
you
just
know
saying,
of. That you
or
know
maybe
of.
that I know of, but I don't. I mean, I don't know. That's what
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. But he said something about he'll turn a nigga into dank. So basically, that's a metaphor for him smoking a nigga. Yeah,
That's different. That's like that could just be like one of them rap threats.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
It's
But
different when you say like we smoking tuka or whatever the fuck. Insert name.
Yeah,
Because
I was
these
just
people are
just
actually
making
dead.
that comparison because I heard something like it. But
they're admitting to like really doing that or being a part. Their gang had been a part of that. Like,
I'll put this in perspective. There's a popular song right now that samples Vanessa
now.
Carlton's 1,000 Miles. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Oh yeah,
That song.
I know what song you talking about, bro.
It's called Who I Smoke.
it's with their piano.
Who I Smoke. And then they're saying the names.
Oh no, this
It's
is
like
different
these
what I'm
guys
thinking about.
themselves had put in the.
So I don't know if they did it.
But so
But
this is-
I do know that there's like a whole
is
bunch
there a
of gang
is there a
violence in
poetic-
Jacksonville, and that these guys are from Jacksonville, and they're rapping about people that are dead.
Okay, but how much?
You feel what I'm
I guess
saying?
I'm wondering. I get you, and I guess I'm wondering how much is as a average person can they compartmentalize this? Like, okay, so how much of this is like poetic and art, and how much of it is just like celebrating?
So poetic
like,
and art is
well, okay,
when
like
people are like,
okay, so narco Rito, which is basically the drug ballad where they talk about like they write songs about these killings and these kind of like epic like I don't know drug.
these are
like,
not ballads.
Yeah, but okay, so is there?
This
is
is
there
taunting.
okay, so
This is taunting.
It's like
Who
so this is
I
stoking
smoke.
specifically.
Saying
But
the
okay, so
name.
then what is different about this than the East Coast West Coast? Like I'm gonna hype up this kind of violence in these. Like the way that's packaged, it's just a third echo of like a
right.
third magnitude of.
After Tupac died, people weren't still dissing him.
That makes sense.
You feel what I'm saying?
Alright.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
After Biggie died, people weren't still dissing him.
Alright.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get you.
Whereas with like songs like the one that I'm talking about, and
It's
like
looked at as
even on,
just like poor. You get your ass kicked if you really said some shit about Biggie at any point between now and then.
I mean, people are getting murdered because they
of what
say
they're-
things on songs. That is the issue. So it's not even like, oh
Flying
man,
too close to
this
sun
nigga
there,
said
homie.
some ill shit about Tupac. Let's jump this nigga. No, it's like, yo, this nigga's talking about my little brother or my little cousin or my friend from the school that I went to and that I grew up with, and our moms are friends. And I see this nigga all the time. They're talking about how
he's like really pissing on the grave of somebody in my community.
bingo.
I got
It's
you.
a whole genre of grave pissing.
But it's like they had something to do with the murder or knew somebody that had something to do
Allegedly.
Grave
Allegedly.
pisser. grave
with
pisser.
it. You have to say allegedly.
Really? Okay.
You have
I
to
don't
say
know, but I do know that they're talking about people that are dead.
So
Do you
just-
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. This is some grave pissers delight.
Right. And
isn't a bad,
it's
like,
just
if you-
creating, it is literally creating more violence. And I
So you
understand.
think you think it's starting to be like it's directly responsible for
I'm positive.
like you're saying 49 like over 50% response. I get you. Okay.
I'm not saying over 50% responsible
but
for.
we're echoing
I'm not-
violence.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying that rap is responsible for gang violence.
The person that
I'm
did-
saying that gang violence is happening, and then people are rapping about that gang violence,
Yeah.
and it is leading to more gang violence.
Okay.
Because people are listening to those songs, and they're like, "Oh yeah, nigga,
Yeah.
shoot niggas."
Okay.
Because
That's a crazy
So
shot. He
this
said,
isn't like commemorating.
bro, I don't want to get hit with that. Boop. You're a goner if you get hit with that. Boop. You're a straight goner.
Well, so
You're gonna end up in
that's
somebody's.
the worst one.
You're gonna end up on
So
somebody's
who-
record.
who was it that died in Dallas not too
Who
long?
I smoke. What?
Which rapper got shot in Dallas recently? I'm sorry.
Mo 3.
Mo 3.
Yeah,
Mo 3?
yeah. I was just talking to somebody about him the other day. I mean, do you think that
allegedly he had killed somebody like
Yeah.
just before that,
Oh, okay.
or was involved in some shit just before that.
Yeah.
So you know, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
no.
know.
No,
But
yeah.
but you know, this shit comes from people having conflicts. And as I listen to this album that legitimately fucking jams, that's a great album. His brother got killed like a couple of days ago. Lil Durk. And Lil Durk
Durk's brother died
got
a few days
killed
ago.
in Chicago. Got shot in the head.
Because of his connection with Lil Durk, or just because
I don't know.
Not to say he deserved, but like, what does he know what he was
I
doing
don't
or
know.
running? Nobody knows. No,
He
you
got,
don't know.
He got shot outside of a club. Got shot in the head.
Oh!
I don't know why, but he got shot in the head outside of a club. And last year, probably in like November, his I think his cousin, King Von, that was his cousin.
Yeah.
He
Something
got
like
shot because he went up, punched some dude in the face, started a fight in Atlanta where niggas got guns, got shot. Do you see what I'm saying? Niggas are really dying over like disses and songs and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's hard because the shit jams. Like I'll be driving around, do 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 do. Who I smoke.
I can't stand you, dog.
J.Carr is disappointed.
Because he brought it back. I didn't know that's what he was
you
talking.
can't
I thought he was
call
talking about a
back.
different record. He said,
This
Right
is an
back.
example. It's just an
J.Carr is
example.
disappointed Kobe over the callback. That was an apt callback, but I appreciate that it's just an amount of distaste as the whole conversation.
Hey, bro, I gotta make it do what it do. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, but does it go hard? I guess on like that energy, it only goes hard that way compared to, because like it used to go hard over just like various possessions. I guess certain tracks that go hard talking about fucking somebody else's bitch. I guess, and then now it's like pissing on somebody else's grave.
"Oh, that's never gonna stop."
I know,
It'll
but I'm
never
just saying.
stop. And those still exist.
I know, but I'm
They
just saying.
do.
But it goes up. I mean, what point is it just like?
I mean, I agree.
It's gonna go, but does it go extra hard knowing like I'm gonna make this beat?
You
and
know
this
what I
track-
think kind of started this?
What? Who?
50 Cent.
Yeah, by just being like, I went through some actual like gangster shit. Like I've got shot 9 times, kind of shit.
Nah, he didn't start it.
Yeah, but
think
he
he might
was
have.
like the beginning of
50
this next.
Cent wasn't a gang member, and that's the difference.
Why did he get shot so many times? What
Because
happened?
he did a bunch of gangster shit.
But he
Yeah.
He wasn't a gang member.
okay. Okay, all right. So it's a big
There's a
difference.
difference.
Continue.
Yeah.
Continue. God damn it!
He said, "Why did he get shot a bunch of times?" Then?
Like, there's a lot of like.
So, 50 Cent
Was it
grew
like
up
a punch
in
card? Like
50 Cent grew up in Jamaica, Queens.
Oh,
Around that time,
Wait,
there
is that
was
New York? Wait, New York?
Yeah.
So the Jenks,
Queens.
So Jamaican part of Queens?
Jamaica, Queens is
Okay.
a section of Queens.
Okay.
But yes, it is a Jamaican part. It's called Jamaica, Queens because there are so many.
Is 50
like-
Cent Jamaican?
I don't know.
Anyway, okay. Sorry. Oh, wait. Well,
But
Nah, we
I'm not
know
gonna look this up, but drop
he
in the
not
comments.
Jamaican.
I mean, I don't
21
know.
questions would sound totally different if he.
No. But you could still be. You could still
It
have.
sound like Charlie
I'm
Paul.
willing to bet the people that are in Jamaican Queens that don't just sound like, you know, get rich or try dying, man.
Get rich or
Sorry.
die try.
No,
Try die.
I don't know. Sure, whatever.
No. But he grew up in Jamaica, Queens, right? Around this time, there was a group of people that basically controlled like the drug trade in the area called the Supreme Team. The Supreme Team was like this guy, Supreme McGriff,
Okay.
and like his crew of people. Whereas 50 Cent was a stick-up kid. He just rob drug dealers, rob people. His name used to be Boo Boo. You know, because his grandma called him Boo Boo. But he was like a bigger guy. He just like beat the shit out of people. He was also a boxer, so he can like fuck somebody up. And he just robbed niggas. Everybody hard, 50 Cent would rob them. He just inspired a lot of fear. And around that time, Supreme McGriff wanted to like legitimize his business.
Supreme who?
McGriff. The Supreme Team, man.
Who is that?
I'm telling you. He
Okay.
was like the head drug dealer
In Jamaican.
in Jamaica, Queens, and in parts of New York around this point in time in like the 80s and 90s.
Okay.
But because he wanted to legitimize his money, he would invest in certain artists in his area, like Irv Gotti, like Ja Rule.
So he would launder money through rap music.
I'm not saying he laundered his money.
Come the fuck on. What do you... Okay.
I'm
Clearly,
not
that's
saying
what's
he
going on.
laundered
Clearly,
his
that's what's going-
money.
This episode is crazy.
Okay, I'm not gonna allege his crimes, but clearly laundering money through rap music.
I'm not saying he laundered his
It's not saying
money.
it's aliens. It's goddamn alien laundering money through rap music. All right, continue.
But he definitely invested in some local talented people. And somebody like 50 Cent was like, how are you going to invest in them when I'm right the fuck here? And 50 Cent felt like personally offended because of how
He knew
he
how great
felt
it
like he was from that lineage of like street dudes. He was like, you should be investing in me. I am like you. How are you going to invest in these? And this is how the feud with Ja Rule started also. But 50 Cent made this song called Ghetto Quran. And in that song, he says a bunch of things that he probably should not have said. And because he said those
About
things
Ja Rule?
about a lot of people.
Okay, so...
And
but how did Ja... Okay, I'm sorry, continue.
during that time period, after he made that song and it started to get like a little buzz, people are like, oh, this nigga's fucking telling everybody's business. We got to kill him. And so that's why he got shot all those times. And because he lived, it just turned him into a monster.
Yeah.
And then some of the people who shot him ended up dying shortly after. And 50 Cent talks about it on like Many Men. He's like, Hamo shot me 2 weeks later. He got shot down. Now it's clear that I'm here for a real reason because he got hit like I got hit, but he ain't fucking breathing.
Ooh.
Many men.
Yeah, I remember.
Many,
that part.
many, many,
God
many
damn.
men. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel
So
like
he's the precursor to what we're just talking
I
about.
think so.
Okay.
I think so. I don't know. If anybody else can think of somebody before 50 Cent that predates Many Men's, that's like 2003. Let me know.
But I guess it's different with being like, okay,
In the
if you're thinking
comments.
about like Eminem or ICP.
Eminem-
there's
no,
all
that's
cartoon-
different.
It's all cartoony.
Yeah.
It's just like, nah, we didn't really, like, they have like literally skits
Yeah.
of like,
They're
little
shooting
ICDC,
paintballs
like doing
and
very
shit.
like,
Yeah, that's not the same.
it's a different thing.
Yeah, 50 Cent and Ja Rule, people were getting stabbed and beat up. People died. Like that's a real thing,
Ah.
you know? And then you got like these new niggas and they're all like in gangs and shit. And gang warfare is a different thing. Now imagine that you have like a full-on war between gang members and then somebody makes a song about it. Talking about like, that's why I killed your friend. Shit like that.
That's wild.
That's a different thing. It's a different level of aggression that you've invited into the conversation. You know?
So life's cheap, and so are 16s.
Sadly. Yeah. But hell of an album. Dope ass album. It's called The Voice of the Heroes. I can't recommend it enough.
God damn it.
How do you end like that? How do you?
Enough.
But in conclusion, it's still a dope album. It is promoting.
Reel us back in.
It is
Reel us back
promoting
in.
the most negative things, but it's still.
But art is
I
art.
feel you,
I mean, I don't
D-Dot.
know. Fuck. I mean, I don't know what to say about that.
But
I
in
don't even heard his
conclusion-
record, and I think it's just. But
That
it
was
should-
the
but it should-
craziest
shouldn't
thing I
exist.
ever heard, dog.
What he just, yeah.
It's all about if the beat go hard and somebody snapping the verse. That's
did.
literally
Does it go
what
hard? Does it not
And
go
both
hard?
of
It
those
comes
things
down to.
happened.
That's just what it is.
What I'm supposed to do?
You cannot try to bob your head, but you gonna start bobbing your head. That's just what it is.
You gonna sing it too.
Do you feel manipulated? Like, do you feel like
I don't feel manipulated. I feel
you put it on?
I feel
I feel
bad.
like there's a
I feel bad, and then I quickly forget.
Why, I don't know
You feel
why
what
I
I'm
don't keep thinking like that has the spirit of like it's weird because I don't even think like this these days, but it's just like that like the devil. It's like I feel like that.
It's
somebody,
terrible.
I feel like 50 Cent's grandma is like the devil's in that. Like she probably made some fire ass cookies. I bet you. What kind of cookies you think 50 Cent's grandma? But anyway, all right. So
50 Cent
Probably
used to be
oatmeal
kind of
chocolate
chubby.
chip.
yeah. Okay. So
50 Cent used
so
to
why
be kind of
specific-
chubby, so you know she made she
She
made
some
some
good ass
shit.
cookies, but she's probably just like no, the devil's in that those 16s 50 or what was.
Or maybe he didn't show her his music.
Next is yeah, sure. I never heard that shit.
Maybe-
My granddad never heard anything.
Maybe her cookies didn't taste good, and he was like had stomach problems. That's why she called him Boo Boo.
All right.
Boo this man.
I feel like her cookies were fucking fire, and maybe he did get a little thicker, but he made it so he could.